She balanced 3 plates with one hand, a hand wrapped in so many layers of bandage, it looked frozen in place. Customers stared. Some whispered. Others winced. But nobody spoke up. Nobody except the hidden owner sitting in the corner booth, the one man everyone overlooked. And by the time he discovered the truth behind that waitress's injury, the entire diner and every single person inside it would never be the same again. Welcome back to Melanin Chronicles, the home of cinematic stories about resilience, truth, and the everyday battles Black Americans face in places where justice isn't always guaranteed. Today's story shows what happens when one woman's quiet strength meets a system built to break her, and how one hidden witness finally decided enough is enough. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to Melanin Chronicles. Stories like these deserve to be heard. Now let's begin. The setting was Southbridge, Georgia, a town where the sidewalks cracked, the streetlights flickered, and everyone knew who ran what. Especially the Blue Lantern Diner, a place where the smell of burnt coffee lived permanently in the walls. Every morning at sunrise, Amina Brooks, a 27-year-old African-American waitress, moved through the diner like a one-woman army, balancing trays, refilling cups, swapping out plates before they even cooled. But this morning was different. Amina's left hand hung stiff against her side, wrapped from palm to wrist in thick, clumsy bandages. Anyone watching closely could see the pain she hid behind her exhausted smile. Her fingers barely twitched. Yet she kept going. She always kept going. Behind the counter stood Terry Hollins, the shift manager, a man who somehow managed to look annoyed even when laughing. His eyes followed Amina like he was waiting for her to fall apart. "Pick it up, Amina," Terry snapped loud enough for half the diner to hear. "You think customers got time to wait on you?" His tone cut sharp through the morning noise. A couple at table 7 exchanged glances. "She shouldn't be working with that hand," the woman whispered. "And he knows it," her partner murmured back. Amina heard them. She heard everything. But pain wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part was silence. Silence from witnesses. Silence from co-workers. Silence from the man who did this to her. Across the room, in the corner booth where nobody ever sat, Elias Turner stirred his coffee slowly. He was in his early 70s, with deep brown skin, silver hair, and the quiet stillness of someone who'd lived enough life to recognize trouble when he saw it. Everyone thought he was just another retired veteran spending his lonely mornings in a cheap diner. Nobody knew Elias Turner was actually the co-owner of the Blue Lantern, a silent partner who preferred to watch from the shadows. And today, what he saw made his chest tighten. As Amina turned from the counter, carrying 2 plates with her good hand, her foot slipped. A fork skidded off a plate and clattered onto the floor. The diner paused. Terry smirked. "Here we go again," he muttered loudly enough for customers to hear. "You're just careless. Always have been." Amina bent to pick up the fork, her bad hand trembling slightly from the strain. From his booth, Elias's jaw locked. Something about Terry's tone, sharp, mocking, deliberate, stirred a familiar ache in his chest. The same ache he felt years ago watching younger soldiers get targeted in silence. Something wasn't right, and he knew it wasn't just a dropped fork. A week earlier, Amina had stayed late to close. She had passed Terry's office just in time to hear voices, Terry bragging to a friend about adjusting the register numbers. At first, she thought he was joking. But then she heard the details, the missing bills, the falsified reports, the plan to blame the most documented employee. Her. She made a soft noise without meaning to, and Terry heard it. He swung the door open and grabbed her wrist. His grip tightened until something in her hand gave way with a sharp, sickening pop. Amina cried out, collapsing against the wall. Terry leaned down, voice low and venomous. "You didn't hear anything. You didn't see anything. And if you say a word, that injury, that's just the beginning." She never reported him. In Southbridge, Black women learned early who systems protected and who they didn't. So she worked. She pushed through. She survived. If stories like Amina's hit home, comment, "I'm watching," and subscribe to Melanin Chronicles. Your engagement helps us keep these powerful stories alive. Now back to the diner. The owner begins to dig. While Amina moved like a shadow through her shift, Elias quietly slipped into the employee's hallway, pretending to look for the restroom. Terry's office door wasn't fully closed. A stack of forms lay in plain view. Elias stepped closer. Every report, every complaint, every accusation, they all targeted one name, Amina Brooks. Dozens of them. But Elias had watched this diner for months. Amina wasn't careless. She wasn't slow. She was the only one keeping the place together. And then he saw it. Register tallies that didn't match. Week after week, hundreds are missing. He knew exactly what he was looking at. He'd run businesses for decades. He'd seen this pattern before. Someone was stealing and building a paper trail to blame Amina for it. That night, Elias stayed late again, waiting, watching. Terry didn't disappoint. Through the half-closed office door, Elias heard him laughing with the same buddy from before. Easy money, Terry bragged. And the best part? The minute they noticed the cash missing, I pin it on Amina. Nobody's gonna believe her over me. Not in this town. His friend snickered. What if she talks? Please, Terry scoffed. She won't. I hurt her hand enough to make sure she stays quiet. Elias froze. That was the confirmation he needed. This wasn't just theft. This was targeted. This was abusive. And yes, race was part of it. He could hear it in Terry's tone, in the way he spoke about her, in the reports that singled her out while protecting everyone else. Elias stepped back into the shadows, breath shaking. Tomorrow, Terry would face the truth. The next morning, the diner buzzed with its usual chaos. Amina moved slower than usual, her wrapped hand swelling beneath the bandage. Terry barked at her again, rolled his eyes, mocked her in front of customers. But today, someone else was watching. Elias stood from his corner booth and tapped his spoon lightly against a cup. Ding, ding, ding. The diner fell silent. Good morning, Elias said, voice steady and deep. I think it's time you all knew who I really am. Terry smirked. What? You writing a memoir or something? Elias didn't blink. No, I'm the co-owner of this diner. Every head turned. A plate dropped. Amina froze. Terry's smile vanished. What? No, that's not. Elias laid a folder on the counter and opened it. Here, he said calmly, are the false reports you filed. Here are the register logs you manipulated. And here, he paused, voice tightening, are statements I heard with my own ears. About her hand. Gasps rippled across the diner. You're lying. Terry choked out. You can't prove any of. The door opened. 2 officers walked in. Not racing. Not dramatic. Just ready. Terry stepped back, shaking. No, this is, you can't arrest me for. But the cuffs clicked shut with a cold finality. Customers watched as he walked out, stuttering excuses no one believed. Amina stood still, tears trembling in her eyes. Elias approached her gently. You kept this diner running, he said softly. You worked through pain you never should have felt. Starting today, you're the new floor supervisor. Amina gasped, pressing her hand to her chest. The customers applauded, quiet at first, then louder. She bowed her head, tears falling freely now. For the first time, she felt seen, truly seen. And the diner, for the first time in months, felt lighter, cleaner, safe. What happened to Amina happens every day in real life. In diners, in offices, in schools, in places where people look the other way until someone brave finally refuses to stay silent anymore. Her strength wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet, steady resilience. And that resilience changed everything. If you believe stories like this deserve to be told, and remembered, make sure you comment your thoughts and subscribe to Melanin Chronicles. Your voice matters. Your support matters. And together, we keep the truth alive.